The visual is not important here. The music is not important here. The voice is not important here. What matters are the words. If you cannot listen to the words, you do not belong here. If you understand this, welcome to the Fate Club. Attention drifts slowly from the structure of story toward the quiet intervals between moments where phenomena occur without names, without sequence. Old patterns of reaction dissolve naturally, no longer demanding response, while every motion of mind and body registers itself like waves rising and fading without obligation or interference. Time itself shifts, no longer measured as past and future, but experienced as a pulse stretching across awareness. Events arise, touch the field of perception, and pass. They carry no weight, no expectation, and within this space, awareness expands, observing itself without need for explanation. The inner landscape widens, tension once guiding every motion softens into an even, unstructured flow. Places once held for control now dissolve into observation. Perception moves inward, from the currents of external narrative to the quiet river of consciousness. Emotions surface as textures, not commands. Fear, frustration, excitement, all exist simply as waves, neither shaping action nor needing resolution. Each movement passes into the next, naturally, and within this passage, presence emerges, precise, gentle, and neutral, without attribution or preference. The compulsion to be right, to prove, to manage, fades as identity loosens. Memories of conflict and triumph lose weight. Only raw experience remains, without labels, and attention can exist here beyond narrative, beyond tension, beyond obligation. Perception deepens further. Mind and body align with rhythms that require nothing from action. Movements are light, breath even, and higher awareness manifests not through control, but through unobtrusive presence. Memory recedes, leaving only faint shades of former concerns and old desires, observed without interference, appearing and disappearing as natural phenomena. Time flows uninterrupted. Moments are neither dramatized nor ignored. Observation itself becomes the measure, noticing the subtle pulse of self as equally important as noticing the environment. There is no evaluation, no expectation, only presence extending and opening space for continuous attention. Focus shifts toward clarity. Every sensation, every tone of thought, every whisper of the body becomes a signal of presence. Each is observed directly, without story, without interpretation, and attention forms the continuum, moving and following without judgment. Energy softens. Tension once lodged in shoulders, back, and abdomen dissipates. Lightness and quiet presence occupy the field of awareness. Even impulses to act exist only as phenomena, noted without expectation. Every signal is recorded, nothing is forced, and each flow carries itself effortlessly. Boundaries between inner and outer dissolve. The body becomes a perceptual interface, receptive to subtle currents. Higher consciousness navigates these gradients with calm neutrality, tracking rhythm and texture without judgment, without story, without tension, and without attachment to outcome. Every shift of thought, posture, and breath is noted as natural occurrence, neither success nor failure, neither hook nor marker. The field of awareness rests lightly upon itself, neither grasping nor rejecting, neither anticipating nor remembering, simply moving with the flux. Reality exists as continuous, uninterrupted, without peaks or troughs, without climax or closure, yet fully textured and alive. Its richness is not in narrative but in presence, not in expectation but in noticing, not in tension but in intimate acquaintance with unformed flow. Observation loops upon itself, moving endlessly, dissolving endlessly, present endlessly. Subtle currents of awareness flow through the mind and body. Attention moves without effort, noticing sensation, thought, and breath. Nothing compels action, nothing demands interpretation. The space of presence itself becomes the field, continuously registering, continuously releasing, continuously existing without ownership or interruption. Perception softens further. Identity, once fixed in roles, habits, and control, becomes fluid, a receptive surface for the unfolding of subtle currents. Old urgency dissolves. Only the rhythm of noticing persists. Clarity arises not conceptually, but as an experiential quality of being, open, spacious, and calm. Inner and outer perceptions merge. The body is not separate, but an interface for sensing, attuned to micro-pulses of presence. Higher awareness moves with this unstructured rhythm, noting texture, flow, and shift without story, without interpretation, without tension. Each moment arrives, and each moment passes, with no weight, no obligation, only continuous registration of presence. The pulse of the world continues, yet the field of observation remains unshaken, independent of narrative, indifferent to climax or resolution. Awareness unfolds across perception, not through story, not through intention, not through desire, but as process itself. Mind, body, and perception converge into a single, unstructured continuum, endlessly present, endlessly dissolving, endlessly observed. If you understand this, welcome to the club.